What's up guys, I'm Mellowca here, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be going over my top 5 favorite games of 2020. The order of games are going to go from my 5th favorite game to my first number 1 favorite game of 2020.
You know, the world could always use more heroes.
Now my number 5 favorite game of 2020 is Overwatch Origins Edition. And the reason I love Overwatch so much is because it's a very fun PvP game. Most of the community is toxic, which is one of the reasons I put it at number 5. But me and my friends back in the day, after we got out of school, we used to always go home and play Overwatch and grind the Halloween events and the seasonal events, and it was so much fun just because of the new cosmetics they were constantly adding, the new people you were always meeting, and it was just an endless rush of fun. I think one of the features that makes this game truly amazing is that the queue feature, where you can find a new lobby of new people. You can find competitive queues, you can find just queues of people just wanting to have fun, you can find all sorts of different lobbies. And my favorite thing about Overwatch is the Overwatch YouTube channel. They were always releasing new Overwatch cinematics, and no matter how many times I watch the cinematics over, I still get chills every single time I watch them. But the number one reason that Overwatch is at number 5 is because I feel the game has died ever since they released Echo, the new robot. It's still fun to play every once in a while, but I just don't play it like I used to. So now moving on to number 4.
I left my favorite cassette in the escape car. I'll never hear those songs again. It made me think of all the many things I've sacrificed. Oh mama, where do I begin? When I
Now for number 4 I have Payday 2. And the reason I have Payday 2 is because it's a game with endless DLC. They add new content all the time, and I think it's amazing because they always add new guns, new melee weapons, new maps, characters, everything. The game is just all out amazing. When you have a few friends that have this game, the game is just a really good time because you can join a heist and try it all serious and have fun, or you can screw around and try new stuff. They have over 100 masks to choose from, over 50 weapons to choose from, and that's not including the secondaries or melee weapons. And I think the best part about this game is they actually listen to their community really well. You guys remember that meme, the comically large spoon? Well yeah, Payday's actually about to add that to the game. And the reason they're adding it to the game is because the fans are asking for it. Each of the characters have their own personality, their own voice, their own description. Every character is different from the other. And when I talked about them adding new content all the time, they also add seasonal events too. Like they had a Halloween event where they added a bunch of new masks and missions for us to play. Oh yeah, and they made a Christmas song too.
On the first day of Christmas, Payday gave to me this broke dick piece of shit drill.
So the reason Payday 2 is my 4th favorite game of 2020 is because how much they listen to the community and they add new content all the time. Now moving on to my 3rd favorite game of 2020.
You got what you were after, so pay up.
You're crying in the rain, Pally.
Guess who's waking up over here?
Time to cash out.
Will you get it over with?
Maybe cons kill people without looking them in the face. But I ain't a fink. Dig. You've made your last delivery, kid. Sorry you got twisted up in this scene. From where you're kneeling must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
Now I know Fallout New Vegas is an older game, but it's still one of my favorite games of all time. The reason for this is, it just gives you the tools to do what you want, and then you can do whatever you want with no restrictions whatsoever. And what I mean by this, let's say someone gave you a mission to go deliver a letter. You can go deliver that letter, come back and get your payment, and straight up shoot the guy and walk away, with no consequences to the main storyline. And another cool thing about this game is, if you buy it on PC, you can actually mod it, and there's over 20,000 mods to choose from. I actually did just start playing this game in 2020, and I have beat it in 2020, and I can say it's one of my most favorite games of all time already. So for the main reason this is my third favorite game is because the freedom you have in the game to do whatever you want. Alright, now let's go to my second favorite game of 2020.
Listen to me. When the time comes, you gotta run and don't look back. This is over.
Now for my second favorite game of 2020, we have Red Dead Redemption 2. There's a lot of reasons why Red Dead Redemption 2 is my second favorite game. The first reason is because how realistic the game looks. The game is so realistic that a can of beans has the nutrition facts on the back of it. And you can also interact with every single person you meet in the game, which is amazing. Any stranger you meet, you can either choose to greet them or antagonize them. Another reason is because the fighting mechanics. The fighting mechanics are amazing in this game. You can hit, dodge, grab, throw them down, tackle them, you can do anything. The story is so long that you can probably play this game for a whole week in a row with no breaks and probably still won't beat the whole story. The only real problem with the story mode is just a few bugs, but you don't even really notice them. I think I've only ever encountered 2 bugs in the story mode. One was just a character's arm glitching through his body, and the other one was a character riding a horse, but the horse wouldn't load in yet. And another one of the cool things is that there's so many things to experience in the story that you have to play through multiple times and you still won't even find all of them. A character will tell you something by example, and then you won't know what it means, but if you actually dig deep and you think about it, you can actually find it out for yourself. It doesn't tell you straight up. And you can actually watch a character's personality change throughout the story mode. It's really amazing. Now the only problem with Red Dead Redemption 2 is just the online mode. The online mode is really fun to screw around with your friends, but if you try to actually sit down and do any of the missions in online, it is really buggy. Not to mention it disconnects you from online every 20 seconds, and that's even if you have amazing Wi-Fi. So those are the reasons that Red Dead Redemption 2 is my second favorite game. Now let's move on to my number 1 favorite game of 2020.
The rules have changed. There's a fine line between right and wrong. And somewhere in the shadows, they send us in to find them.
126 actual. Target is in the main house. You have execute authority.
Bravo 6. Going dark.
Now my number 1 favorite game of 2020 is Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Now the reason for this is because the countless memories I've made playing this game. And probably the best part about the game I think is the Warzone mode, because it drops 150 players and you and your friends have to scavenge and try and survive. There's times in Warzone when we set up our M13 class and run in there guns blazing, and there's times when we use riot shields and knives just for the heck of it. Like I remember one time the enemy team got so mad that me and the boys were crushing them that they challenged us to a free-for-all with snipers only, and we still destroyed them even then. And it's not just the Warzone that's amazing, it's also the multiplayer. Every new season you get hundreds of new challenges, and you get a bunch of new guns and calling cards and all that other stuff. And when you don't feel like playing against people, you can play just against your friends in a custom match. They have a bunch of different party modes that are really fun to play. Every once in a while, me and my friends will hop into a custom gun game match and have the time of our lives. And the campaign's also really good too. They added back Captain Price, and they also make a bunch of references to the older Modern Warfare games. The new execution feature is amazing, the new gun mounting feature is amazing. There's so many things in Modern Warfare in 2019 that makes it one of the best Call of Duties of all time. Like if you want to play Modern Warfare with a keyboard and mouse but you don't have a computer, you just plug it straight into your console, then you can start playing. The only problem with Modern Warfare 2019 is just a co-op mode because how buggy it is and how hard it is. Don't get me wrong, it's not that hard if you have friends that know what they're doing, but if you try and go into a public match of co-op, good luck. But those are my top 5 favorite games of 2020. Let me know what your guys' favorite games are in the comment section below. But that's all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.